Pennsylvania is one of the nation's top producers of dairy and poultry products, with the majority of farms being owned by small families and businesses. So how do the local growers connect the cost of food to what you're paying at the grocery store? Our Pennsylvania Capitol correspondent Kara Jeffers joining us live now from Harrisburg. Good evening, Kara.
Good evening, Mike. Anyone who's reaching for that gallon of milk might cringe. You are paying 73 cents more than you did in January of 2020. However, farmers will tell you that they are not getting all of those quarters into their wallet. In order to understand the cost of food, you have to know the players.
15 cents on average of every dollar is the farmer. The 85 cents of that dollar then are other things.
When a farmer milks his cows at 4 a.m. on a Tuesday, that milk has a long path before it ends up poured into a bowl of cereal. It goes from the producer, the farmer, to a processor. With milk, that's where it gets pasteurized. And then from there, it might get sold as whole milk, or
sometimes they are used as ingredients for processed food. That's most of the food is about, is sending to the manufacturers. And then the manufacturers sending to wholesalers, sometimes to big retailers.
Professor Fawn researches agriculture economy at Penn State. She says most of today's high food prices come from inflation caused by COVID stimulus money flooding the economy.
It's good, in the short run to help people to deal with the pandemic, introduce the emergencies, but in the long run, it's just essentially too much money chasing to feel good.
Fawn says labor shortages and the Ukraine-Russia war also still play a role. One place that simplifies the food supply chain, farmers markets and buying local.
Buying local is most important. Buying, in a farmer's market, if you can do that, buying a Pennsylvania preferred product, supporting the local business, because then you've got all those other chain components that are built in that 85 cents that may not be there.
Now, of course, farmers markets can still be slightly more expensive. Of political note, Kamala Harris released economic policies saying she wanted a federal price gouging ban on food and groceries. Talking with Professor Fawn, price gouging isn't really the answer. We talk about greedflation, our corporations charging more for profit. It can be part of what's going on right now with food costs. It is not the main cause. It does link back to that inflation from COVID. In Harrisburg, I'm Kara Jeffers, Erie News Now.